My name is Ruben Duran. I'm the city manager for the city of Centro, California.
And with regard to impact fees, what can you tell me as to how do they come about, and who has to pay for them?
Sure. Development impact fees typically are for new development or expansion of developments. For example, put up a new building, the fees associated with that are to offset the cost of the impact on the community, such as a street fee, a water capacity fee, a sewer capacity fee. So that is the intent of development impact fees, is to mitigate the impact.
And is there any possibility at all that impact fees could be reduced in order to entice more development into a community the size of El Centro?
Well, two things occur. Let's just take generally. If impact fees don't keep up with the cost of mitigating that impact on the community, then the rest of the community picks up that cost. So we'll start with that. Clearly, that makes it unfair for the current people who live here. Let's take the specific one of the city waiving or reducing for a specific builder, a specific business. Well, if that occurs, that triggers another set of laws that would require prevailing wage to be paid out on a project. And that's a law that came into place about 2000. So the waiver of fees generates a separate disincentive for businesses, because they may be building their grocery store or their medical office building with non-prevailing.
And with regard to housing development here in El Centro, do you think there's even a need to do that?
Well, at this time, I think we've kept our cost fairly well controlled. What we have is we've identified what the real cost of mitigating the new development coming in and keeping that cost under control. We spend quite a bit of time working with the Builders Industry Association to demonstrate to them that what we're charging for a development impact fee is truly the cost of development and does not exceed that. Because if it does exceed it, then it becomes a tax.
Now, what goes into an impact fee? I mean, what is included?
Well, the types of items that you have in there, you have your parks, you can have your street impact fee, your fire, police impact fees. A number of communities sometimes have if they're on the coast, they'll have a beach or waterfront impact fee. It really has to do with if there is a negative impact on the community in some manner. Oh, by the way, there's also impact fees for air mitigation now that the county now charges. It's actually the Air Pollution Board charges. So the purpose of, again, impact fees is to mitigate that through cash. Now, those monies can only be used in the areas that we're mitigating. For example, I can't take parks money and spend it on police. I can't take police money and spend it in a library. I must spend it within a 5-year period mitigating the impacts on the community.
I see. And with regard to housing, is there a boom here in El Centro, or are there houses just available for sale?
Well, there's a lot of homes for sale countywide, and they're marked down so much that it's actually hasn't hit the cost of building a new house. So what homes are selling for by square footage is less than what you can build a house. So it's a great market for getting into secondary housing. And there's a significant amount of secondary housing out there. Now, how has that come about? Well, I think it's been a really economically hard time for folks. Some folks have lost their homes. But that also means that folks who could not get into homes are able to get into them. With the decline in values and opportunities to get into these used homes, and some of these homes are just a year or two old, it's a real good opportunity to do that. So we don't seem to be short of new homes. What we are building a lot of are multifamily apartments, and there seems to be a very big demand for that, and the builders are building those.
All right. Well, Mr. Duran, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.